Hello guys, welcome back to Watch Addiction Watch Reviews. Today in front of you I have an interesting watch from Rivelta. This is a brand from Singapore. It's a micro brand, a smaller brand, and this is their MetroDive new release. It's kind of like a field watch and a dive watch all in one. It has a 60-minute countdown bezel, which is pretty cool. Something you see on more field watches and tool watches such as Sin. I thought it was pretty cool. The watch itself has some very nice specs, pretty good quality as well from what I've seen so far. And it's priced, relatively normal at around 450 bucks. The shipping was quick. As you can see on the box here, the MetroDive has a countdown feature in addition to a regular date, hour, and minute and second functions. And you can read all that. And you get some basic specifications on the actual box. Let's get into the watch and what's on my wrist. On my wrist, I was doing some work around the house, so I threw on this kind of cheap sub-homage from Cadison, as you can see. But yeah, it's not that bad. It keeps the time. Now here in front of you is the MetroDive. It's a really tooly looking watch. The case is very nicely cut, I must say. The quality is very, very good. I did notice that right when I took it out of the box. As you can see, this is the kind of brushed steel bezel variation. There are 4 different variations, some different colors as well. You can check on their website, which will drop down in the description below. Anyway, we get a solid brushed 316L stainless steel case here. Very nicely cut. As you can see, nice little angles here. Drilled lug holes, which I really do appreciate. Nice set of strong crown guards here. A screwed down signed crown for that water resistance. And yeah, it just makes it really easy to change bands. I really love that they put drilled lug holes on this model. Now we do get 200 meters of water resistance, so we do need that screw down crown, and it does come equipped with a screw down case back as well with their logo and some basic specifications. Very tooly looking watch. It looks the part, definitely feels the part as well. Feels pretty durable on hand and on wrist. Feels pretty tough also. So I shouldn't have an issue, doing whatever you want in this watch or with wearing this watch. The watch itself is 39 millimeters, so very nicely proportionally sized for the modern tool watch enthusiast. We get 46 millimeters top to bottom, which is very nice also, and 13 millimeters in terms of case thickness. Now, the watch is 200 meters rated, so you can definitely take this thing, shallow diving, take it in the pool, ocean, or wherever you please. You should have no issues with that. They are pressure tested to 200 meters. The dial itself, this is the matte black version. As you can see, we get nice little hour applied indices there. Actually, they're not applied, they're printed on and loomed. Sorry about that. We get kind of, a pilot style hour hand and a long sword minute hand. Long pinpoint sweeping seconds hand. I really like that. It reaches all the way out to the chapter ring. You do get a glimpse of that air coating on that sapphire crystal right now as the light is shining on it. Yeah, very clean dial. You get the date cut out at the 3 with a white window matching those white Romans going around the dial. Very easy to read, legible, easy to tell the time quick at a glance, which is something that you should have on a field watch. In my opinion, looks more like a field watch than a dive watch, although it's kind of both in one, which is pretty cool. But yeah, you get Rivelta printed right there, automatic, water resistant, 200 meters. We get minute markings as well. So very easy to precisely set the time on this one. Now, the actual bezel is a 60-click bi-directional bezel or a countdown bezel. You can use it the same way you want as a dive bezel if you want, or you can, the countdown 60 minutes. Very tooly, very tool-like, mostly seen on mainly tool watches. I know Sin does a lot of the countdown bezels as well. I'm not sure of any other brands I know that do that. But yeah, it's something different. A lot of brands don't put the bezel in this orientation, so I definitely do like that. We do get a triangle at the 12, which is loomed with BGW9, and we get BGW9 on the hour, minute, and that sweeping seconds hand, and on these square markers for the hours as well. These Romans are not lit up. Now, some other stuff about this watch. You're probably wondering what's inside of this watch for the price point of $450. We're getting a Miyota 9015. So we get a quick set date, hacking, hand winding, beats at 4 Hertz, 28,800 vibrations per hour. They're pretty accurate, these movements. And this one, you don't feel it rotating inside. I did notice that. A lot of 9015 watches, you can kind of feel that rotor going crazy. This one, you don't feel it, which I thought was really nice. Maybe they put something over it. Not 100% sure, but you don't feel that crazy rotor spin when you kind of move your wrist, which is very nice. But yeah, these movements are great. They're using a lot of microbrand watches, and for a reason. They're a bit better than an NH35. We get self-winding here, which is always pretty smooth for 9015. One position, quick set date. Final position is your hacking position, and then you can set the time here. Everything functions really nice, no issues whatsoever. Push that back down, screw the crown back in, and yeah, you're good to go. Very easy to use, very easy to read this watch. Really nice. You kind of get a little distortion there from this sapphire crystal, which is pretty cool at different angles. Now, getting into the actual bezel here, so we get bi-directional, as you can see here. It goes both ways. It's 60 clicks. You can just time a dive normally if you want. Put it there, and you can time it. Or you can count down if you want to. But yeah, you can go both ways, which is pretty cool. So yeah, definitely very functional, very useful for everyday civilian use. Now the actual finishing on this case is actually pretty good. I was quite surprised. It's very precise. The cutting of this case is very precise, I should say, as you can see. It's very fine. The brushing is pretty smooth. I have no issues with that. It looks very nicely cut. And even in between the lugs, you can see it looks pretty good there. Good grip on this bezel as well. Some nice coin bezel grip. The band it comes on is a kind of like a sailcloth material. And you get genuine leather on the back. It's 20 millimeters. You get a custom Rivelta buckle as well. 2 safety keepers. Black stitching. And no quick release, but you don't need quick release because we have drilled lug holes. You just pop your little tool in there, it comes right out. I did test this one on a rubber band as well, because obviously this has leather. I don't want to take that in the water. You can see you get reinforced over here as well with leather on top. But yeah, it feels really nice on a genuine rubber band, I must say, if you want to change it out. This one will need a little, period to break in, I must say. You probably will need a couple weeks of wearing this one to break it in. It's a bit more stiffer up here than down here. But yeah, other than that, it's a pretty decent band. Case back is pretty simple. You get the Rivelta shield logo here, stainless steel, water resistant 200 meters, automatic, and yeah, brushed in a circular pattern, as you can see there. But yeah, a really cool watch. Also does have BGW9 Swiss Lume. Let's get a look at that, and then I'll throw it on my wrist. I'll give you my thoughts. I did cut the studio lights, and there you can see that lume. Glows pretty bright, I must say. Even that 12 o'clock triangle, the hour markers are very legible. I don't know, but the hour hand looks a bit brighter, or a different color. I'm not 100% sure than the actual minute hand. I believe it's the same lume. It's probably just there's more room to apply it. But yeah, really cool. You see that blue sweeping seconds hand going around the dial there. Really nice feature. I like that they put lume on the seconds hand. At night, it looks really, really stealthy and cool. But yeah, even, very legible at night, which it should be for a tool watch, even our / dive watch. But yeah, it definitely is pretty good BGW9 lume. Most of you guys are pretty familiar with BGW9. It's used on a lot of watches nowadays. Here's the watch on my 6.5-inch wrist, as you can see. I must say this band straight out of the box is a bit stiff. I'm not going to lie there. But it will break in over time. Obviously, you can throw it on your watch pad and it'll break in easier. I was kind of wearing this one on a rubber band, and I got a really nice fit. This band is of good quality. Like I said, you're just going to have to break it in a little bit and you'll be good to go. But nonetheless, it fits the aesthetic of the watch, and it's a decent quality, which is good to see. But yeah, very legible watch, as it should be. Fits nicely on the wrist, not too... Wears pretty low, actually, on the wrist. For 13 millimeter, it wears pretty low on the wrist due to those lugs that kind of flow with that case there at the same exact, height, I would say. But yeah, definitely looks pretty nice on the wrist. Good for everyday wear. Doesn't have to be, used, hiking or anything like that. You can wear this at your desk or pretty much in any situation. So furthermore, guys, I think this watch is actually really nice. If you're looking for a good everyday watch that's going to be accurate, that's going to work every day, that's going to be tough, can make it through the day no matter what you're doing, even if you're, delivering packages for Amazon, or even if you're working at a desk, this is going to get the job done. And, it's legible, it looks nice. I like their new logo as well. I'm not sure if they had this logo ever before, but I believe this is their first release from Rivelta. But yeah, everything looks pretty nice. I don't know, I like this watch. I think it's a good watch. I like it. Didn't find any quality control issues. Very legible. And you get that nice kind of shine of that anti-reflective coating on the crystal and that matte black dial. Looks really nice. I like the bezel, they did it different. I like the stainless steel bezel. I believe there is a version with a black bezel as well. But I definitely would prefer the stainless steel bezel. I think it looks pretty nice over the matte black dial. That's just my personal preference. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think of this watch down in the comment section below as usual. I think it's a pretty decent deal. We'll drop a link to their website so you can check them out. And they are based in Singapore. And their shipping was pretty quick, like 3 business days, and it arrived here. So no issues. Very responsive by email. The owner seems very nice. and very responsive by email if you have any questions. But yeah, this is Watch Addiction Watch Reviews coming at you with the new Rivelta MetroDive. And I will see you guys on the next one. Thank you so much for tuning in once again. Bye.